Is Odumodu still new?
New, but
please, my man is a veteran already. Leave man his flowers. Me, you know, go crazy like Brimo. Brimo is crazy. In a way, he's calling for help, but nobody's listening.
I would never beat down Brimo's talent.
Yeah.
I know he's good at what he does.
I didn't know what he does.
Our women are better than South African women, but that's another talk for another day.
That's not another talk for another day. Why are you better than South African women? Because you see where you people are. You have Nigerian women. South Africans were competing with Nigerians. While they were busy competing, Oyibo came and took the crown. In the Afrobeat sphere, we have a lot of Biggie, but there's no room for Tupac. And even people that act like they are Tupac, they are not Tupac at all.
I'm sure you have a favorite.
ODB.
Fuse.
Odumodu.
There's
no best album. That's what I'm telling you. Art is so subjective. Like even when dollar was $1 to $1, tens of millions of Nigerians were suffering. It's like students that complain that the lecturer wants to take bribe. Nigga, did you read? People have to pretend so much because of how they want to be remembered. And there's no way the truth will still come out. I'm not seeking perfection. It's a fool's journey. I call myself the heavyweight champ of African music. So to keep my belt and my title, I have to check up on these young niggas to make sure none of them are stepping up.
I have a suspicion, but I want you to answer. Who's your closest friend in the industry?
Victor. That's easy.
I'm right. No. I'm right, because I think some time ago, I don't know, maybe sometime last year, I joined your live. So it was it was a conversation. I know both of you banter each other.
He's my closest friend. I'm godfather of his second child as well. So. We're quite close.
I only know his first, the first child. I didn't know he had a second child.
Victor has 3 kids now.
Oh wow. Talk about keeping secrets.
I
don't think it's not a secret.
Well, maybe I didn't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you call yourself a Vector fan?
I'm a fan now.
Number one.
Of his music.
Of his music, not his personal life.
I respect that. I like people that want to enjoy the music, not people that are interested in
knowing everything
following
about
your personal life. I don't think I think there should be a clear line. But it's artists that cause it, and a lot of artists blur the line between their personal and professional lives. They merge the two, and they use their personal life also as they commodify it, as a means to also earn and gain clout.
The fans really it gets to the point where
to each his own. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just saying I respect the fact that you're not one of those fans that are interested in also consuming the artist's personal life.
I can't know. Who are you shining? I need to know. Yeah, it's great. I would have said you said Odumodu Black because you guys are.
Odumodu is very young now. He's my brother. He's like my younger brother. We are close. When I met Odumodu was 4 years ago, before anybody knew him.
I was jamming before people knew him.
I knew him because I had a friend of mine, another rapper in his crew. And it just goes to show it's not by talent that you make it in music in this country, really. Because so I was at Cool FM one day, I did an interview and I was leaving, and the guy hands me a CD, I would really like if you listen to this. So I put it in my car, and I get thousands of CDs like this. I listen to one track, I'm like, out the window, I just start using it to roll Igbo. Because a weed plate. Because CDs are good to just soup it in the Rizla. It's just how do you know it's true?
No worries, you know the game.
Anyway, so one day I ride this car again. I put it in my car, but I wasn't driving. I drove the car again and I shut it down. Let me listen, and I listened to the CD from top to bottom, and it was really incredible. So I started looking for the guy, and I found him. His name is Hot Ice. Yo, come see me, man. Your shit is really cool. We became kind of friends and everything. And then one day he posts Odumodu's song. And I was like, this your friend too, is really good, Tell him to come see me, And we became friends, Yeah. So that's how I met the two of them. But Odumodu is the one everybody knows, But I have 2 friends like that in his crew.
Okay, talent is not the number one thing right now in the industry. It's how marketable you are. And like mentioning Odumodu Black, like the next rated artist everybody's talking about it, like the newcomers, like we have huges here, like this Odumodu Black.
Is Odumodu still new?
He's
it's not new. It's not new, but
my man is a veteran already. Leave him alone.
yeah, it's not new, but
every
I mean the
Give man
award
his
system
flowers.
always with the award system. So,
Give man his flowers. I don't
Yeah, I
care.
respect-
See, as an artist, you know, they can give you 1 million awards. The most important award is the one you give yourself when you're alone in your room.
True.
You know, because you know if you're a real artist or not. Nobody else can tell you that. No award can tell you. I mean, the Baha men have a Grammy, and Fela doesn't have one. Bob Marley doesn't have one. The Rolling Stones don't have. Well, they didn't have one when they were active. Maybe they have one now. I haven't checked. So I'm giving them a lifetime achievement. But when they were the Rolling Stones, like they didn't get one. You know, so.
I didn't actually know this. Wow.
They did not.
They didn't have a Grammy.
Yeah, but who let the dogs out? Yeah, the Grammy for those
Everybody knows
motherfuckers.
the song. Everybody knows the song.
Everybody have a Grammy for them. You
Wow.
know? So as I said, you know, those things don't determine what you are as an artist or you know anything.
So,
It's- every artist know the award that they deserve in their heart.
True. The music is the award.
So I read, I think, one interview that you did recently. It was, you mentioned something about music being like before your father. Like something like your grandpa was a musician, but nobody knew about it.
People knew, but it's just nobody this time. When my grandfather was a musician, guy was popping me. Have you been to an Anglican church recently? My grandfather was a gospel artist. He wasn't like a musician
Okay.
playing secular music, but he was kind of very famous in the Anglican world. If you go to the Anglican church, like many of the hymns in the church are composed by my granddad. He's also the composer, or maybe one of the composers of the Egba anthem. You know, if you're Egba, you know it. You know.
Yeah, my
So,
mom is from Egba, so
okay,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
my great grandfather actually was the first artist to be recorded in West Africa.
Wow.
So he had to be big in his own time. You know, so yeah, music has always been in my family. Yeah.
We can say it runs in the blood, and you know you've come into this family, this legacy, and you know you have propelled it to a different heights based on the modern complexity of Nigeria, and you know reading your story, starting at the age of 14, following your dad and being like there in the music industry. Do you sometimes feel like you wish you were born in a different family?
No way. I mean that I won the daddy lottery. Where am I?
Bro, you
It's
don't
different.
know how lucky you are. Like I wish my father was like a musical legend, bro. I'm ready to, like that.
There's no luck to it.
Ah.
I have siblings that don't like my dad really, like that. They weren't close to my dad because they just didn't have a good relationship, and they're not musicians neither or anything,
Yeah.
So it's not because you are like born by a musician, you're going to be a musician or anything, or you're going to be the closest. Life is life.
True.
So yeah. I think for me it was just like I was really immersed in my dad's lifestyle, and I lived in his house. I grew up with him. I was at every show. He took me on tour. So and Kalakuta is always like it's a musical place. Everybody is always doing some sort of musical thing. So it was difficult for me to escape that sound, So I think, yeah. But I also had a sister that grew up with me in the same way. She's only 6 days older than me. We went to the same music schools when we were young. We practiced piano together, but she never wanted to be an artist.
No.
I think there's something about music calls you.
So
You
it's
used
not
to music
about.
called you.
Well, I wouldn't say, because when I decided to be a musician, I was really young, and it wasn't really because of music. I decided to start playing with my dad. I used to open the shows for him when I was like 8, so I've been playing for a long time. But it was because of my dad's lifestyle, not because of the music. I was like, my dad, look at this guy. Goes on stage, he's dancing, singing, everybody likes him. Look at all this money, look at all these girls. This is what I want to do when I grow up, for sure. Like, nobody should tell me anything. So I didn't even think, I was like, this is the easiest job in the world. If only I knew.
Well, it's easy for you to say, because I mean,
I was 8.
Kind of like
It's not the easiest job. It's what an 8-year-old would say.
Yeah, okay.
it's not easy, but it's the life that a lot of young people want right now. I mean, it's not easy to just say you want to wake up and be a doctor.
Young people want what they can get. What they feel is attainable. You know, and in the world today, the only people that are visible as African people anywhere in the world that are doing anything are athletes, actors, and entertainers. You know, so everybody wants to be seen and heard. You know, like many young people in America want to be pilots. Young African people want to be doctors, want to be astrophysicists, robotic engineers. They want to do all the things that they can do. You know, it depends on what your economic,
I'm going to say that
your family, your background in the world we live in that determines what you can attain. You know, it's a shame that we live in a society where most young African people cannot truly fulfill their potential.
Yeah.
You know.
It's really sad.
So
it's really a sad reality. Seun Kuti is with us. We didn't do a formal introduction. This is Rhythm Mania, where rhythm and madness come together. And of course, we have the legendary, yes guys, Seun Kuti with us. And you know, it's here to cover us, like give us an insight to his world, but also into like the world of music and the industry and what we need to do in terms of being an artist, right? This episode is sponsored by Ace Fruits. I can't wait to drink it. That's why I just said it. Actually, I think I have the alcohol problem. But Seun, it's such a great thing to have you here, and we know that you just finished your North American tour, day tour. I mean, like when I saw that you performed with Red Hot Chili Peppers, I was screaming because like. That's some levels to that shit, man, because you've been pulling legends from Lenny to this girl that shows her breast. What's that? Jenny Monet. Yeah, you've been like.
It's nice to narrow it down.
I mean,
show her breast. Like
she's the girl that shows her
I don't want
now.
to be like, you know, pervy, but is there a picture where Janelle has shown her breast?
There are
Please.
videos. Her breasts are very perky. They're very attractive.
I know, like she has. But I've not really. She has not
like
shown.
a sneak peek, not really.
We've
like
seen it, but we've not seen it.
I've seen it. I've seen it very
nipple
well.
and all?
Yes, breast. I'm like, whoa, okay, this is some really nice setup.
I'm going on YouTube this night.
I mean, like you're pulling like wait.
Maybe I have to change my internet provider.
Maybe she uses a different internet.
No, you just need to dig deep enough. You see, she has sets of breasts. No, what do you mean? We have Nigerian girls that have beautiful sets of breasts.
Listen. Let them put it online.
Okay.
I'll check
We'll
it.
be the judge of that.
I'll check it too.
No, see, Nigerians are winning in terms of sexual energy. Our women are better than South African women, but that's another talk for another day. You're pulling in legends and icons, and you know.
That's not on that talk for another day. Why are you better than South African women? What is the competition about?
We are more final, we're more diverse.
Yeah, not more anything. You people should cooperate,
But
not
you know,
compete.
Nigerian men should be the judge of that. Not women.
Nobody should be the judge of anything.
Are you really having this conversation with me? Nigerian women are superior to South African women. I feel so because of we are.
You are both great women, and you should cooperate and not compete. I repeat, you are not athletes.
But the men can compete.
You are not athletes. You know, if you were in the Olympics now, you can be say, okay, yes,
one person's the first
these
time.
all African games. This is what we do in everything as Africans. Is how we've been educated that, you know, our relationships, even friendships, are based on competition, not cooperation. And it's really, you know, it's disheartening that the elders of Africa have instilled in young Africans only the spirit of internal competition, not cooperation, you know.
That's true.
Because all you can get from this society anyway is that, okay, even from the richest Nigerian, what can the richest Nigerian use to show that he's a great person, you know, he has achieved anything, except to say, I'm better than you, you don't have more money, and we have more money than everybody else. That's his achievement. So it's a competition mentality that they put in us that is wrong, you know, and it's from the education, you know, you are first, you are second, you are third, you are last, all those things.
It's always
you grow
that
up,
cooperative
we do your exam,
comparison.
when you are doing exam, write your own, I write my own, everybody do like this, all this, you know, like, it's a twisted mindset as well. But as I said, I'm not in the business of agreeing that Nigerian women or South African women are better. By the way, the South African Miss South Africa has decided that a deaf white woman is finer than all of you.
Yes.
So people should deal with that. You see where you people are? You're Nigerian women. They've told you people now, all of you together, a deaf white woman is better than all of
it means
you.
a deaf white woman is the finest South African in
They
South Africa.
kicked the
And
Nigerian
you believe
girl
that?
out of the competition.
Because of they were just say xenophobic.
But who now won? I'm telling you, because you people are cooperating. You see, because you are xenophobic. South Africans were competing with Nigerians. While they were busy competing, Oyibo came and took the crown. So you people continue.
The history repeats itself again.
Continue the I'm better than you.
No.
As if people are dragging it. Somebody just come. As soon as I went to Tesco, I saw jollof sauce in Tesco supermarket in England. I said, see, Nigeria and Ghana are arguing. Best jollof. UK don't boss jollof sauce.
That's a conversation everywhere.
Okay.
That's the conversation
You will
everywhere.
continue. As
When
I
this
said,
movie Supercell came out, there was a whole edition where they were asking the cast which one was better.
Nkrumah will be turning in his grave.
But there's UK jollof.
That the most important conversation between Nigerians and Ghanaians is jollof rice.
Bro. Embarrassing.
that's where we are. Right?
This,
Socio-economic conversation.
we as Africans, our elders have let us down. Let's just accept that, and we should. Because what do young people have to do? The young people in Africa are, they are being gaslighted, as you people say. They are being gaslit. Yeah, it's true. Like, you are being held responsible for something that is not your fault. The youth are not doing anything. What are the youth supposed to do?
Failed system.
Well,
What are the youth supposed to do? Every street there's a hotel and nightclub. Is it young people that built it?
It's young people that are patronizing it. You see?
Yes, because that's what is there for them to do. That's what is there for them to do. If there were youth centers, sports centers, libraries in every street and every corner, just like that, young people will engage with those things. If our sports center had professional coaches, in the UK, you want to learn how to play football, you go to a public park, there'll be a coach there, paid for by the state, that is coaching young people that come around, working with them. From there, you discover talent, swimming, halls and things like that. They were all over the place. Young people will be doing that too.
Yeah, sure.
Is what the elders have invested in that young people are participating in. You people cannot create the society. Where is the society that young people have built in this world? Young people don't build societies.
At what point do young people take the fault, take the blame for?
Yeah, you people take the blame because you accept what you've been given. That's the only blame you have. But it's not your fault. Maybe 15% of that is your fault. Because you should maybe face the truth. But you people are, the Lulu. Everybody has their day. I have young people in my life that keep me updated.
Back to your music. So you just concluded your North American as well. Do you think you are more appreciated? Like your music is more appreciated over there compared to Nigeria? Or
I just think my music has more visibility abroad. That's all. Like over here, I'm not giving the exposure I think I need to be able to enter the consciousness of people the way I should. So that's the difference.
Right.
I have the investment abroad. I need to spread my art, but I don't have it here.
Oh, well, a lot of things have been going in the industry. I don't know if you saw the Buju Banton interview where he talked about, the Westerners, taking Afrobeats away from us and, giving us, Usher has been nominated for a VMA in Afrobeats category, and people are saying that that's a trend. Right, and Afrobeat has for the past 2 years it has been a conversation. A lot of artists like Burna Boy has come out to say that it has no substance. Right, Rema has come out to say that we need to go back to our roots now. So what's your opinion on all of this? Where do you stand? Because Afrobeat really is directly connected to your bloodline.
No.
I know the creation is there's complexity.
The mistake people make is that they say Afrobeat is evolved from Afrobeats because the name is the same. But it's not true. Afrobeats is more Fuji music, Juju music that has been modernized. It's far from Afrobeat music, musically speaking. It is not and that's not taking anything away. But lyrically, some artists in the game try to, copy the Afrobeat style of singing. Yeah, but the music itself, I don't feel, my family. Yeah, Fela everybody is inspired to be a musician. probably Fela inspired them to be a musician. So because of Fela, okay, so props to the man. This man inspired me, his lifestyle, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they played his kind of music or their inspiration, So, and in these days, you can there's fusion music. You can fuse anything into anything else, Fela's music was never party music, first of all, The Fela that we all know, the Afrobeat music that we all know was revolutionary music. And I think that's the point Buju Banton was making, that there's more revolutionary reggae music for Africa about Africa. That reggae musicians have made more revolutionary music about Africa
I was going to say
to liberate Africa than Afrobeat artists have. And I can't fault him for saying that. And as I said, I'm also, this is the dichotomy of being a revolutionary. I'm also very invested in the right of young African people to express themselves anyhow they want. It's not in anybody's place to tell African young people not to make music about wristwatch and alcohol and cars and women. I mean, it's true. The only fault I have with that narrative is that if that is all we want to talk about, then there's a problem. Not saying that, that this artist that I know is a pop artist, I'll not go to him to hear conscious music.
Yeah, that's true.
But we must also create avenues for people with conscious music to also have visibility.
Yeah.
That's what is wrong with the Afrobeat sphere. That in the Afrobeat sphere, we have a lot of Biggie, but there's no room for Tupac. You understand?
That's some deep shit, man.
So that's the problem with Afrobeats, and even people that act like they are Tupac, they are not Tupac at all.
Yeah, they're not Tupac.
They are Puff Daddy.
What?
They are Puff Daddy at best, at worst, and Dr. Dre at best.
Okay.
Thank you for that comparative analysis.
It's true because it is not the same to talk about Africans needing to be free and saying, "Oh, I love my country." What the fuck? It's not the same. So a lot of arguments I've seen online today to counter Buju has been artists putting up songs saying, "Oh, I love my country, I'm African." No, that's not the same thing as saying, "No, Africa needs to be free." Revolutionary African music. And in that stance, I cannot argue with Buju in saying that, in the new music that we make, young Africans need to speak more about the liberation of African people. Because regardless of what the lifestyle that we can access, we must understand that 65% of Nigerians can never access that lifestyle, will never experience that lifestyle. Maybe another 25 can be faking it, Friday and Saturday.
On the island.
And pay for it from Monday to Friday,
Actually, you're bringing up this point of,
Talent cannot be divorced from national development.
Chai.
That's
I hope you guys are listening.
That's a bar.
I hope you guys, because when you guys look at what you said,
our national education does not teach us that aspect because they want us to be the way we are. They would rather have
it's an
us
intentional
compete than cooperate, as I said.
Hi.
So we must understand that our national talent cannot be divorced from our national development. Yeah.
Chai, are you taking notes?
Anyway, keying into this revolutionary conversation, you also have revolutionary songs like Last Revolution and stuff. Do you think? I think
all my songs I have some. Okay, I don't. Do I have?
You have.
I can mention one. The one you did is
things.
Vector on this Teslim album. Somebody pray for me.
No, but that's not my song.
I know it's not.
I'm even. Let me even break the news.
Portfolio.
Yeah, but it is not my song. My song.
Yeah, I know.
Like I want to go on Vector's project and dictate to Vector what we should do on his project. If Vector wants us to, let's do a conscious song. I'm there, boom. If he's like, let's just do a song, boom, we're there, we're doing it. Me and Vector, we have so much to do together that we've done together. We can almost compile an album.
I would really love that to happen.
Exclusive access.
I would really love that to happen, honestly. I would really love that to happen.
Okay, so you mentioned about revolutionaries and it's not separating national cooperative lifts to national talents.
Not national development.
Yes, to national talents. And you said a lot of things about what's been mainstream and what's been sold to the people. And you have songs like Last Revolutionary, so I have a title, and you've sang about heroes, you talk about past heroes, talk about revolutionaries, and now in present Nigeria, we just had a protest August 1st. I don't know how that went. Which Nigerian artists? Because we have the big dogs. It's all about, you know, what is trending, what is superficial, right?
Yeah.
We'll go back to that. But which artists do you think right now, young, like I wouldn't say Gen Z, let's not go be far-fetched, that you think you can give praise to for, you know, leading the wave of revolutionary in Nigeria, like trying to make a change with music, like the way you are?
This question is
Is it
It's
answering the
weird.
question?
But the answer is none, really, because, you know, have you ever heard my name in any of their mouths too?
True. Yeah.
True.
We are not in the same, like, we're not
You're not
like
in the same
we're not
category,
doing not category thing. No, that's not the point. Like, it's such a different world. Like, we're in different spheres, you know, what we do and the kind of things we value and promote. You know, as human beings, I think I'm cool with almost everybody. But, you know, artistically speaking, ideologically speaking, we're kind of like opposites, you know. So I don't really. This is not a matter of right and wrong. Also, this is another thing I think, you know, our elders have failed us in. You know, that everything has been reduced to right and wrong. You know, so it's just what works for me and what works for them, and, you know, to each his own. You know,
So
I don't really have any. I don't even engage really. That's the thing. I don't engage in mainstream
conversations.
Not only that, like art, whatever, you know, because
okay.
if it's good, I'll see it, I'll hear it, it will meet me where I am.
You said you had none, but like in Nigeria, you have someone like Falsi Bad Guy that, you know, has been a frontier in terms of, you know, socioeconomic complaints. You know, right? Being led in protest, and we have somebody like him.
I'm okay in terms of being engaged. I mean, I think all of them are. Wizkid has led the protest in London, or Nigeria during NSAS.
During NSAS,
yeah,
it did.
You know, I mean, I think most of our, in terms of that, if that's the engagement you're talking about, most of our artists, Runtown was one that started NSAS after Naira Marley backed down. You know, if you remember clearly, you know. So I mean, I think a lot of our artists, in terms of that, engaging in national discourse and promoting.
But it's not what's mainstream. It's not that mainstream. It's not what is, you know, the everything is socioeconomic.
It's not consistent.
Yes, there's no intentions for change. It's just, to me, I feel like it's for performative in my own. Because when I see these artists, when I see them talk about these things, for instance, I'm going to say with my mouth, and this is, I am offloading you from any.
I know, that's why you have a name. I think that's why humanity invented giving each other names.
This is
So that when something is said or done.
There's a way Yoruba used to say that, Tori kini kan la ṣe ń sọmọ lórúkọ.
Offloading you from responsibility. Someone like Simi, when the protest was coming out, she was always about, you know, talking about this and this happened. And then, you know, we had an album coming out. I feel like there's no intention for change. It's always about, you know, trying to being mentioned in the conversation.
Doing it Kanye way.
Yeah, and we don't have anybody actually taking that. We have, but they're not mainstream. We've interviewed people that are conscious. We've had artists that really want to make a change, but they don't have the visibility. They're not giving that visibility. In America, would you say somebody has like that's trying to make socioeconomic change in America?
I don't know.
Kanye
is not trying to.
I know. That
The only thing Kanye is trying to change is his bank account.
Maybe his wife's clothes. Please help us. True.
I really don't think I have anybody from the US. So anyway, back to your music. You've been leading Egyptati for since you were 14.
No.
Am I right?
Well, I've never, since I was 14, when my dad died, I've been the front man of the band. But I wouldn't say I've ever, even up to now, I'm not the leader, I'm like the owner of the company.
Okay. So,
that's some heavy responsibility.
I mean, it takes, the kind of music you make, there has to be like a whole lot of, you know, like drums, beats, and instruments before you come in as the musician. So, which one is more important to you, the beats or the lyrics?
An artist.
I think they are equally important, really.
But if you have to choose one.
Because the in the instrumentalization of the song, the arrangements, the composition of the music itself is what gives you as an artist, is you speaking music, the language of music, and showing your vocabulary.
Yeah.
Just the way lyrics is just now vocalizing that thought or whatever that music represents to you. So I think it's equally important for me, and I also believe that music is a social thing. I like when a lot of people are making music, like, you look at the show and this band has this amount of people that are part of it, and this thing is helping all these people together and they are moving it forward together as a, for me it's always better than the one man thing, for sure. So yeah, that also comes into play. But yeah, I mean, writing music is for me, the kind of music I make. Writing your songs, is your calling card. Like, okay, my composition, this is what I've done. Music, something you can share with people, and make them feel the way you felt the first time you heard it in your head.
Seun Kuti, I'm not saying this because you're here, right? You're one of the musicians in Nigeria that I say, okay, I will stand behind correctly because of your ideology is something I connect with. And that's why I want to ask this question, because of, you've said before that music to you is like a spiritual connection to your environment, but also to yourself. And I even see it in your embodiments, right? Can you address in that? What is the relationship between music? Because music is, like, people like to compare music to movies, but you said before that movies is something you watch once, but music is something you've said many times. What is the, like, can you give us the, like, human conscious functionality between music and being a conscious human? What is the spiritual, like, connection?
No, I mean, it just, when I talk about music, I think, when I said that, because one of the big arguments that the big music companies give for promoting violent music to black people is like, well, movies are violent too. You can't say it's because of the movies they are killing themselves or they are stealing or they are, degrading themselves. So why are you blaming music? So I said, because, how many times does one watch his favorite film in a year? But your favorite song is almost like, even when it's not playing, you are singing it to yourself. You are chanting it. Even when you're not singing it out, you are humming it in your head. I wonder the last time someone projected their full favorite movie. Just sat down and started thinking about their full favorite movie from the beginning to the end.
Music is so important to human consciousness.
Music is a different relationship between the human psyche, and I mean that's the reason why I don't think there's a radio station in the world today that will play your song if you are singing about killing your pets at home.
Yo, there's one song that go viral for singing, like killing a bully, foster the people.
That a bully is but your pet.
I mean, Eminem has a lot of songs about killing his own mother.
I mean, if it's good, it's good. It's good.
Yeah. So.
But no radio station will play that song about you killing your dog, you killing your cat. People will cancel you. But you can sing about raping black women, you can sing about killing black men, you can...
Thank you! There's a propaganda.
You can do all that, and radio stations are willing, more than happy.
Why are they more than happy to
promote that? It's part of a larger... Because African people globally, many of us must be distracted from the fact that, we are living in a system that is subjugating us, collectively as black people all over the world. They need to distract us, and they need to also blame us for the issues that they have imposed on us. So I mean, that also fosters the spirit of competitiveness, where African people judge themselves by the amount of European things or Asian things they can consume, and that makes them better than anybody else. I have this, I have that, you don't have it, so I'm better than you. So this helps the corporations to make a lot of money from our society, from our communities. Because black people have to drag their status everywhere with them. If you have $10 million, you have to drag at least 1 million of it, in chains and clothes and watches and car and everything, so that people know that you are not like these Negroes. Don't compare me. I've made it,
That's some deep-rooted problem. I don't even know where to start.
So if that is what it takes to be a human, to be valued, a lot of poor black people, middle-class black people, that okay, well, I don't have to have it all the time, but if I also have some of it, sometimes I can just go out and fake the funk, and everybody will also think.
I'm guilty.
And then there's the Instagram now, where everybody can just borrow it and fake it and snap it, and it's there as the fact. Everybody can see and like, and
Caption.
there's the feedback. So yeah. It is that narrative that that they need for us to buy into, not the narrative of our true political or economic situation. In fact, the fact that the economic situation is affecting you is something people are ashamed to say, because then everybody is better than you, and nobody wants to be losing in this competition.
I'm not faking it when they are broke.
Nobody wants to lose in this competition. That's why I say to people, like, when they argue about the dollar going up and the dollar has gone up, fuel price has gone up, Nigeria don't despoil. That's how the people that the new economy is affecting. Because I said to people, like, even when dollar was $1 to $1, tens of millions of Nigerians were suffering.
Yeah.
When petrol was, when I was young, 16 naira. When I was young,
was 16 naira.
Petrol used to be 22 kobo per liter. When the first time I went to go and buy petrol with my dad's, well, not his driver, my dad had one taxi man that used to carry him around, so we took us to school. Now that's like 22 kobo.
Wow.
I saw petrol before it became 1 naira, 11 naira, 22 naira, 25 naira. All those I see. It's kobo. Me, I saw petrol per liter in this country when I was growing up. So
yeah, it's kind of like when you look about Africa, like it really boils down to us being very competitive and trying to just please the standard that the Westerners have set up for us. I mean, they're deep. Like, I feel like it's very deep rooted, and I'm somebody that doesn't like to talk about the problems. I'm somebody that like really just wants to like, where can I change this narrative? If this is green, I need it to be blue right now. And I feel like music will play a really big role, but that's not what is being done. That's not what's happening right now.
No. I think people always like to blame musicians for a lot. And I said, like,
yo,
it's true.
Music is the human consciousness.
Yes, I agree. But also there's something about the human being that, as they say, you can force a horse to the stream, but you cannot force the horse to drink water.
Definitely.
Exactly. So there's a need for lawyers in Nigeria to want justice, doctors to want to heal their nation, police should want safety and security for the people, politicians should want to develop the country. All these necessary talent that we have in Nigeria must want these things, and then they will find the songs and the music that inspires that consciousness. So I can, there can be 1 million conscious musicians singing their voice hoarse about the country, things we can do about elevating ourselves. But if the lawyers are not interested, the teachers are not interested in educating the nation, if nobody is interested, then those songs will definitely not inspire anything. It should just be screamed into a vacuum. So it is not. I think it is the journalists, because they themselves don't want to speak the truth. The doctors don't want to heal their nation. Lawyers don't care about justice. Judges don't care about. So who can we blame? The musicians are not singing the song.
They're singing about women, drugs, and yahoo.
But I mean, the ones that do you listen to them?
Exactly. So I think the songs that are blowing in Nigeria are feeding what Nigerians need to be fed.
Oh, really?
Now. Yeah, what they need to be fed in the place that they are. As I said to my friend, I think all Nigerians just want to go into the club one evening, come out the next morning and just see that Nigeria is okay. That's the scenario. That's their favorite scenario.
Walk.
If you ask any Nigerian, their favorite scenario is that they want to just go into the club 1 week. They should do 1 week of clubbing. Then we come out and just like, wow. 4th mainland bridge, 5th mainland bridge, 6th mainland bridge, 7th mainland bridge is there. Everything is just.
$1 is $1 now. Okay.
Let's see. Petrol is 15 naira per liter. Wow. We have 22 refineries in this country, one in each state. God damn.
Wow, you're throwing us under the bus like that. Really?
I mean, well, you could dream about it, but it's not.
It's like students that complain that the lecturer wants to take bribe, or they won't pass them. Or they're like, nigga, did you read? Did you actually study?
Stop calling us up like that.
Did you study? Exactly. So
So
the reasons why these lectures are so powerful is because the students themselves don't want to fucking study.
don't say that.
University is their chance to leave the house.
Did you study in school?
Go home.
I tried my best. They stole my phone when I went for night reading. How do you expect me to continue to read? Like the country does not enable hard work. What do you expect me to do?
Exactly. You see?
Do you want me to keep on working hard?
That's
I'm
the
a
point.
biochemist by profession, but I'm content creating.
Yeah, a biochemist the way I took the COVID vaccine. We both have the paper that says so. We both have the paper that says, yo.
I took the COVID vaccine, I'm a biochemist.
No, this country does not support
Yo, I'm a
me.
biochemist. I took the COVID vaccine. This is my paper.
Wow. Nah, this is...
Well, let's
Nigeria. Nigeria is like a problem.
Every year yet, someone should finish it.
Lace the crownless head.
October is like a month.
I'm now
a month
saying
and
it.
a
I know
half
what
ago.
it means. Like I knew what it means. Now that you say it again, it just means more to me.
October is like a month and a half away.
Though 2024.
My question is, what should we be expecting?
I have one more single one release before we release the full project.
Okay. Apart from the one you had with Damian Mali.
Yeah. We've already released another single as well, TOP. Released it like 2 weeks ago.
Wait, we're playing that. You know, we're supposed to have this interview on Friday. We're playing TOP. Yeah. Oh, so I didn't even know it was from the album. I was just playing it like I was on your profile on Spotify. So I just put the song on shuffle. So I didn't even know it was part of that.
Please.
No, my album is done. My album is ready. My album is already on. If you open the tracks on Apple Music, you see all the tracks there now. Just like we only opened 2 now. We're going to open one more track.
Yeah.
I'm doing Pata is doing a special line with me with the next single. That's the shirt I'm wearing right now. 6 years. My last album was 2018.
2018.
Black Times.
Why?
No, we understand COVID happened, but you tell us why.
Forget COVID.
Tell us why people are
taking
taking album twice a year.
Well, I was going to release my next album in 2020, but then COVID happened. Really, that was the main thing. I had written these songs already, but then I met Lenny, and he was like, "Oh, I'm going to executive produce the album." So I was like, "Okay, fine, but I can't do it right now. Can you wait a year?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can wait a year." But 1 year became 18 months, and we finally recorded in 20. When did we record this album? Yeah, last summer. So finally we started recording at the end of 2022. I finished recording last summer with my band in the studio. And yeah, we planned the marketing. And yeah, we started dropping the album, the singles, from March this year. So it wasn't really because like anything, COVID was in between. Also, there was no work for about a couple of years. And then
greatness takes time anyway, so
Good
you can't rush it.
no, it was just that I was also working a lot in between. The album is still not out yet per se, but last year I still did like 70 shows or something ridiculous like that.
Let's talk about your work ethic
I
as well.
I was on the road from May last year to probably December or something, and the year before, as soon as the world opened. So the fact that I not had an album did not like really affect my bookings. So that kind of also like made me like soft pedal everything. I was telling my wife the other day, man, I said I had really done a lot of work in this world that I didn't even notice, because even without the album being out, we were working, doing a lot of work, so that really like opened my eyes to also where I was at my career. Like, okay, you can press the brake small, take it easy.
Just rest a bit.
Take it easy, my G. You're fine.
Yeah.
You have to have time for yourself. Working with Lenny, how has it been? What is the different experience? Like, what is that thing that you say makes it special about working with Lenny?
Well, you know, my second album was also produced by a rock legend.
I would know that person. Trust me. I'm a rock fan.
Brian Eno. You know Brian Eno? He produced Coldplay, produced U2.
Whoa.
It was their Roxy Music. That's a big man. And he did my second album, From Africa with Fury, Rise. So I've already been in that rock world with the...
You look like a rock star.
So when Lenny and I agreed to do this, where Lenny is different from Brian is that Lenny is also a talented multi-instrumentalist. You know, so he could help me in the studio to really bring my music to, how would I put it, to the
Perfection?
No. You can't. I'm not seeking perfection. I'm not searching for that. It's a fool's journey. What he was able to bring to me was his own special abilities in terms of recording.
Okay.
You know, how do we get the best out of this sound that we have? Who is the best drummer to play it? Who is the best record engineer? Where is the best studio to record it? How are we going to mic these drums to give it the best impact in the mix? How are we going to do all these things? And, you know, the drums alone on the album, I mean, set like 50 mics on that drum.
Whoa.
I'm not even kidding. So,
wow, that's a lot.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Nothing is missing.
Whoa.
I was even okay. Let me not say that publicly. Because you'll be angry. You know, but the album was also like the engineer was Sodi, Sodi is also like that's a legend.
Yeah.
So I was in the studio with a lot of respected people. You know, so the album, in terms of its production, was in really good hands, which for me is my weakness. You know, I'm not really good although I studied sound technology as well, but I'm not really good at, on the desk and stuff like that. You know, I think I mortgaged one for the other. You know, I had to concentrate on composing, not mixing and mastering.
That's how genius works, actually. But yeah, let's get to that. But what should we like? The album is coming. What do we tell your fans now should be expecting from the album? Because really we're waiting. It's been 6 years since we've had a new album from.
There has to be something.
I know what that's a new Seun Kuti album, but in between these things I've released few projects. Like I've released like 2 projects. I've released a single. When am I saying a single? I did the Janelle Monáe. I was on 3 of our songs. I was on a song with Common and Black Thought for their big summer.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, we did that. I also released the EP with Black Thought. We did 4 songs in 2022. So yeah, I've not released like a main album like Seun Kuti and the Egypt 80, but always been doing projects like in between. So I wasn't like just silent and crickets. And
an album is a big deal, right?
But for me, it was also like a year to like also re-strategy. The whole COVID thing, I say to my friends like COVID happened because of me. Just so that the whole world can stop for me to re-strategize and find a way to like
make it better.
And it has really worked since COVID for me because I believe I took the most advantage of that in the whole world. and the world was set up for me. Everybody was locked up in their house. There was a time you couldn't even go out in Lagos if you didn't have one pass. I was so happy. I was like, keep it like this forever. Oh, ancestors, can you just keep it like this? But good things don't last.
Good things don't
last.
Before you knew, they unleashed all of you out on the streets again. Everything was just
out of my life.
I mean, a month later, I saw like there was like antelopes coming out. On Allen one day I saw him. I've not seen a monkey in Allen before. When I just saw a monkey on a tree on that vine, if you're going from Sheraton to Okwebi, I just saw a monkey. 2 monkeys jumping on the tree. I was like, imagine. I've never seen that before. If that had gone on for like 6 months in this Lagos, would have started seeing elephants, all
God will
the
have come
But
down.
dinosaurs will come out.
all the things that have been hiding from us in Africa for our crazy, like niggas, you crazy. You know?
What's your problem in South Africa?
Sorry. You just.
Anyway, in short, you want us to wait for the album to listen to it rather than give us any.
No, I mean, the
surprise
songs are
features.
on, like if you open Apple, right now, because I've already said it, like the album is in 2 volumes. This is just volume 1, and I still want to do volume 2.
Okay.
But I would be surprised though if I say Seun Kuti and Kumpan work together. Whoa, drop mic. Yo, Afrobeat is done. We need to talk about albums as well. Lots of people have dropped albums this year. I'm sure you have a favorite in terms of mainstream artists that have dropped this year. But
albums this year, mainstream artists, ODB,
Tayo, you're confused.
Odumodu.
Oh, yo.
That's what I call him. Sorry, everybody thought.
Sorry, we don't have anybody's contact number on our phone. Are you serious?
That was my guy. You
Nah,
see,
Odumodu
like
is a
okay, so if you
different
go there, like I've listed
yeah.
all the tracks already. I just haven't released. We haven't
Yeah.
opened them. But I'm doing a meet and greet tour in Italy, in France. Sorry, not my
Yo,
fault.
we
I
don't
have to do my
have to.
biggest market first. When I come back in December, we're doing Lagos. We're going to try and want to do Kenya, want to do South Africa. I want to do a few in Lagos. One for journalists, like in radio, print media. One for the social media people, separately. Like just plenty people at once. And it's gonna be interesting. I'm working with really interesting people that have some great ideas.
No, we can't
Okay,
wait.
the sun has gone down now. It's 6 o'clock. Where is the drink?
So you know what now?
You said you don't
we
want to
can
drink
start
now.
with this one.
I said because there's sun outside when
Okay.
when you were offering me. I don't drink when sun is outside.
I did get me too, actually.
And as you grow up, young people, stop drinking during the day. It's just not.
Please, there's a cinematographer behind the camera.
Tayo.
You know I don't drink. There's a cinematographer behind the camera.
He drinks every time, every hour of the day.
He drinks every time.
And I don't support that.
7.
I feel like
in
you
fact,
can, yes, get,
The both of you are drunk. And you are saying somebody is drinking during the day. If the best alcohol were made by Africans, trust me, alcohol will be as illegal as cocaine.
don't
true.
do that, please.
It's because the best alcohol is European, so it's all right because it's all white.
Like, see, in this country, remove Seun Kuti from it. I feel like weed needs to be legal in this country.
Weed is legal everywhere. See, now that Europeans have the best weed, guess who is legalizing weed? They have the best
I
weed.
wouldn't know because I haven't traveled the world.
They have the best weed. I mean, go to Canada, America, Europe. What they are smoking there,
Different.
man, nigga. And now, as soon as they have the best weed, they are legalized. Germany just legalized weed at the beginning of this year. January this year, I think.
Are you
Germany
serious?
legalized weed. France is next. UK following.
Nigeria, what's up,
America
bro?
has legalized weed.
Yeah.
Canada has legalized weed. South Africa has legalized. It's coming to Nigeria. It has passed through in the Senate.
Please, I beg. You need
Because
to
there's
come now.
money to be made. It's industrial now. White people
Yeah.
want to make that money. This is not about putting black people in jail. They've evaluated it. Black people in jail, all this money we can make. It's time to make this money.
Money has to be made, bro.
So it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're having these conversations, honestly, and but we've had this. You said that Odumodu Black is the best album that you've seen.
that he likes.
He likes, right?
There's no best album.
But lots of albums have come out.
There's no best album. See, that's what I'm telling you. Art is so subjective. This idea, when corporations enter the game, we must compete. Then they do their list. Then they put it number 1, number 2, number 3. Then this person number 1, this person number 2. To who?
#1.
To who? In what sense? As what?
Cultural relevance, everything, yeah.
So the criteria that they use to create is so limited and it cannot be what it is. So I don't think even the songs I like are not the best songs. They're just the songs that I like.
How do you want to be remembered?
I don't know. Do we choose how we are remembered?
There was
The destinies on our
going
hand.
back to going to Kanye right now.
As I was coming to this place right now, I'm listening to a book, right? that spoke about somebody that I held in high esteem and said some things he did that I didn't even know he had done, because he's just somebody that you hear his name and you just respect him because of what he did, but you don't really know how he got there. But the general history thought, you just think of the history that is just general. I didn't even, and as well as I know that, don't look at history like that ever. If you like something, investigate it. I found something like, I don't even want to hear his name anymore in my life.
Wow.
As I was coming here, so that's how it is.
So basically, you don't get to make that decision.
Yeah.
How you want to be
You don't
remembered.
control the narrative.
No,
you don't feel like you control the
if you are controlling the narrative, if you already are planning how you want to be remembered, it means you are not what you say you are.
Yo.
You are, this is some performance. You are making, making sure that, that's why people have to pretend so much, because of how they want to be remembered. Yeah. And there's no way the truth will still come out and bite you in the ass like Michael Jackson. Like Michael Jackson.
Bro, you're not wrong.
Michael Jackson own is not like.
You think you have slid away with it? Yeah,
But Kanye also said he doesn't want to be remembered. That's why,
we won't remember. You shouldn't worry. We gonna remember.
Remember him.
Me, as I'm here like this, if it's not for you people, me, I've forgotten him. From the time he said slavery is a choice, I've forgotten him.
Let's
not go in.
But yeah, I'm sure you have a legacy. But yeah, you're right. Once you start thinking about how you want to remember,
Kanye West is dangerous for black people. Very dangerous.
I really, I feel
Very,
like he
very
has.
dangerous.
I feel like he has our.
That's why I have not become a pastor. The most dangerous.
He's not a pastor
That
anymore.
doesn't make sense to me. I feel like
That's why it tried. The church didn't pick. Not that it didn't want to continue. Church, the congregation no grew.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, Sunday
service.
service choir.
Apart from it's
Exactly.
supposed to grow into something that people are going to buy
But
into.
I think Sunday
mainstream.
service choir still function. They still function, but I think he has maybe removed himself from it as in.
He's calm all of them. They are all suing him left. Have you followed the story online?
I feel like he's extremely commercialized.
Follow the story.
a
Many Sunday
businessman.
service choir members won their money.
Tayo, you're a huge fan. How come you don't know this? You are just a
I
blind fan.
I love his music, and me personally, I try to separate the music from the art.
Can you do
From
that?
The artist from the art.
Okay.
I do
Can
that.
you do
So you
that?
mean if Hitler made an album, you listen?
Well.
No, because I know
would
people
like
always
to
say this only when black people are the victims. I want to separate the artist from the art.
Well, I think
It's only when it's Africans that the person is talking down to.
Yeah.
I
think
that's why he tried it. He tried to
For
he tried to do it with the Jews. They showed him that they don't separate the artist from the art.
Yo,
They
you're
join him immediately.
Well, I think that is also subjective though, but to a large extent.
It's not subjective.
I'm
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
only when that person is talking down
On the black-
African people,
That's
and
right.
that's where the black people of the world, even African Americans are Africans.
Yeah.
That's when they say, "Oh, you have to separate the music from the artist."
But okay, let me use
Like R. Kelly, after a whole career of molesting young black women, black men will come out and say, "You have to separate the artists from the art."
Let me use this
Society
example.
forward.
There are people. I think people like you too,
Eh?
who also, Brimo. I'm using Brimo for example, who maybe because of
Brimo is going through stuff.
but people. There are people. I've had conversations with people where they say something like, "Brimo did this, Brimo."
The mistake Burna Boy made was saying, "Me, you no go broke." Like
Like the whole.
that whole commercial putting a man down or fall off like. But if she, me, you no go crazy like Brimo, that would have been the perfect rhyme. Brimo is crazy.
Crazy.
That guy needs help, and he's
I love
one of
it.
the things is that he's like, in a way, he's calling for help, but nobody's listening.
Nobody's paying attention.
Because of
Nobody gives a fuck.
there's a
Because
illusion,
nobody
yeah.
gives a fuck. Not because it's illusion. Nobody gives a fuck.
True.
This Nigeria, nobody.
So-
Don't say that to me, no more
But there are people who
Okay,
would
oh.
stop because of what
Okay.
Brimo has said. There are people who would stop listening to him. But and I've had conversations with people that Brimo said.
What did he say?
I don't know.
I didn't used to listen to-
people. Say
I didn't
it
used
with
to
your
listen to him
mouth.
before,
Call
but-
that the Igbo people.
But the thing is,
What did you say about Igbo people?
I don't know if he said it. Did he say anything
So
about
that we
it?
don't have any right to vote, my G. He
Oh,
called
I
us
didn't-
out, right?
They said Igbo people don't have the right to vote.
He called us out as like, one match, like our opinions don't really matter. Right, this election has come out. I don't want to be political, but Igbo people.
I don't know how true that is.
Species.
I didn't.
We'll check it before.
I don't know how true that, but you know that's kind of heavy.
There are people who will say because of the statements he had made.
As an Igbo person, still also listen to Brimo music.
I would never beat down Brimo's talent.
Yeah.
I know he's good at what he does.
I didn't know what he does. That's the thing. I'm serious. I've never listened. I don't know one Brimo song.
Oh wow.
Not that it's not good, as I said.
Okay.
It's my personal taste. It's a taste kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
it's just not the kind of thing I'll listen to.
He's not mainstream. He's not mainstream. For
He's not
reasons.
mainstream.
For just a
I listen to a lot. No, I'm just saying like that is not the kind of artist.
He's not the kind of person that will pop up on your playlist.
No. My playlist is very limited. Very, very limited.
Who's on your playlist? I want to know which American artist. Give me.
My playlist.
Sector number 1.
No, calm down.
Please.
Calm down.
Is it because we are actually
Vector.
the Vector songs I know are the songs we've done together and Ellie Momo. I'm not a. I
Get
didn't
like
listen
the
to a lot
song
of
I
them.
know from you. It's not because everybody knows song from you. It's because of I know you actually.
Yeah,
But
so-
which artists are on your playlist? Nigerian artists.
Nigerian artists on my playlist. Okay, Yemi Alade. I have some Yemi Alade tunes.
Well, let him go.
It's true. Who else am I listening to? ODB for sure.
Odumo Black.
You know,
War Machine.
right now, you know, Hot Ice.
Okay.
Yeah, I listen to Hot Ice because that nigga is badass. I'm
telling
telling you. Yeah, I mean, a lot of artists. I like Malian's music.
No, there's some,
You know.
there's some credibility.
No, now that, you know, people just hate him because, you know, or whatever that they hate him for,
Yes.
but you know, when Mali was dropping,
Bruh, see,
dropping.
guy, I was in university when it was dropping. It was like an epidemic. It was a virus.
not like this his last stuff, but his earlier
The earlier
music.
stuff, yeah. His
His
stuff
earlier
was
music,
better, yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I was a real fan of his earlier music. I mean, Burna, Davido, Wiz, like the usual suspects. You know, I mean, Nigerian.
Rema.
Yeah, which do I,
Rema's in your
do I have
house.
Rema in my? No, I don't
If he's
think.
mentioning his playlist now, will you list this for him?
I don't think I have Rema in my playlist. But you know, like,
Reject.
but this is the thing about mainstream music. Your playlists don't really matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
You experience this artist regardless.
True.
Yeah,
I was
so-
playing rock music and Espresso came up.
You know,
what?
oh, now talking about rock music in Nigeria. Okay, so there's also the Recurrence. It's a great band that I like
I'll
out
check it
here.
out.
There's Ditto Black.
Yeah,
You know,
that's my girl.
there's Ditto Black. There's Chi as well.
I know Chi, and there's this group. Is it NGJ? Yeah.
There's GMK as a producer. Like, he's my little nephew. So I work with him. There's
Which one?
Made, my nephew too.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of young, like people that are not mainstream that are killing it as artists. So yeah, I mean, I have a lot of I listen to a lot of artists because also, you know, like I call myself the heavyweight champ of African music. So to keep my belt and my title, I have to check up on these young niggas to make sure none of them are stepping up. You know, that are going to come and challenge the
That's how you get
belt.
up.
For the belt. No, I don't believe in the monarchy. You know, fuck the
Okay,
king.
so it's a belt. It's a
Yeah,
championship.
me, I have the belt. You know, I'm ready to slug it out. You know, everybody is welcome in the ring. You
Okay.
know, 'cause the champ can be a woman. Don't go and get
Yeah,
it twisted.
I call it the champ is going to be a woman next
You know.
1 year.
Yeah, and in fact, my favorite Nigeria Afrobeat tune of all time is Tiwa Savage, All Over. Like,
Okay. Wow.
bring the Afrobeat tune
Drop
that is
the
better
mic.
than that. Bring the
Drop the
tune.
mic.
Bring the tune. Bring the tune. Afrobeats, Abi. Bring the tune. Let's play it. Play that tune and play All Over next to after it. Oh yeah, now. That song came out so quick for her career. Like, boom. Like, you see that, you're like, how am I going to top this shit? You just sit down and you.
I can't top
You
what
sit
they're
down
doing.
and you
Yeah.
fold your hand and you
Tiwa
look at
Savage is a
it.
great
No,
artist.
no, no. I mean, any artist that played All Over, like, is in the song. All over.
The music is subjective.
Like, listen,
Or like you said, music is subjective.
Yeah, but for me, I'm saying, bring your favorite.
let us compare it.
Let's jam it next to All Over and see what's happening.
Nah,
So
I-
for me, like, because I'm a musician as well, and that song is really music. Another song that is crazy like that for me, like nobody is the Prince's Take Banana. I think that time
Take banana to you.
Don Jazzy,
Take
listen.
banana to you, go, yo.
Don Jazzy was in his bag. you know, in that era, it was really in his bag.
No, it was a moment. It was
really in his bag. So
I don't think you play that song anywhere and people won't reminisce.
Bruh, it's like
because
even it was.
I crashed the whole car. I crashed the whole brand new SLK listening to that Take Banana and driving like a fool. And somersaulted my 2-seater listening to that song.
Wow, Take Banana is going. I was going for excursion. And the driver actually it's very confident. Like the driver hit a car because of that song. Everybody in the bus was just rhyming it, like singing it, like, and then hit a car.
Exactly. Me, I tumbled my car and this I will all road here. So
yeah.
Wow, this is jams. But
okay.
So I mean, I'm saying this to say what, like, my music spread is wide, very wide. Like,
which international artist will you say is like yours? Like,
I don't have any. Don't say favorite. I don't have favorite artists.
Drake and Kendrick. Who's it? Wait.
No. That one is simple. You know, it's Kendrick. I've never liked Drake before.
Bro, Drake is the biggest artist in the world.
Yeah, that's why it's not like us. That's exactly why.
Whoa!
Yo,
Whoa!
please help us.
Funny how
Please.
I started listening to Drake more after this beef.
Better hide your little sister from me. That's all I'm saying. You're listening to hide your little sister from me. I ain't saying more than that.
Drake the same way. It's crazy.
But anyway, music is music. I still love Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
Yeah. But let's do
That's Kendrick now.
And I know, yeah, I'm saying Kendrick.
As rappers, there's no comparing the two. I mean, there's no comparing the two.
I think
how can you compare Kendrick as a rapper? Kendrick is a better rapper.
I'm a big J. Cole fan.
Yeah.
In terms of music, making an album, Kendrick's album is.
I actually prefer J. Cole to Kendrick until this beef.
Wow.
And because people don't understand why J. Cole pulled out of that thing. J. Cole pulled out because he knew Kendrick was better. I thought J. Cole was better, but J. Cole himself knew Kendrick was better. And he pulled out. And when I listened to Euphoria, immediately I knew why J. Cole pulled out.
He just became my favorite person.
Because Kendrick is actually better than...
He's not
because his diss track, J. Cole's diss track that he pulled back, had nothing on Euphoria. The one line... Definitely. Then the one line Kendrick dedicated to him in that Euphoria, he murdered him so hard.
Everybody knows J. Cole didn't want to do that diss track.
Do you know who YW Melly is?
I know who he is.
Do you hear the way he used that rhyme? On
I was like, okay,
I know.
No. See that line alone.
I'm a big J. Cole fan.
If I had J. Cole's number, I'd call him and say, man, nigga, good choice. Let's see this one out. Let's see this one out.
The first time I heard J. Cole was 2009. I'm a big J. Cole fan. But
I even put it on my story on Instagram, like, J. Cole is gonna embody this nigga.
No,
see, I'm a big J. Cole.
He doesn't.
He
doesn't.
But
Kendrick is.
Operating on a different realm. I think in terms of album.
I was feeling. We won't. If it wasn't this and that, we wouldn't be discussing. I was feeling J. Cole. I was like, Maggie, let's go.
Yes, sir.
But Kendrick, he thought they were about to do rhymes. Kendrick was out to talk about lives.
Yeah.
It's a different thing.
I think that was one of the reasons why
J. Cole had to, because if I say J. Cole's life too, it's kind of.
Kendrick went personal. Like,
Kendrick let him know that I'm bringing life into this shit.
Because there were people. J. Cole released My Delete Later, and there were people from Kendrick's camp on the album. I think this guy Delete called J. Cole that was what I saw on Twitter anyway. That this shit is like way too personal than you think. So it's better if you just like.
Greatest decision ever made in his life.
I'm sure this nigga is going to talk about everything he knows about you. You ready for that?
yo.
J. Cole was like,
but I still love J. Cole all the same. I still love J. Cole. I still listen to My Delete Later this morning. I still listen to it.
No, he's a great. J. Cole is a great, but Kendrick he said there's no top 3. Nigga, it's just me. Just big me.
That's how it feels like.
Big 3. Nigga, it's just big me. So he has said what he has to say.
This beef is not over. Drake Kendrick, the beef
is not over.
It's not over.
Kendrick won.
It's not over, kid.
That beef, that face is done. That face is done. Kendrick won.
What can Drake do right now?
Is over. Is over.
He just released 100 gigs.
He's in denial.
That's for himself. It's over. It's over.
He has the number 1
Not be OVO. It's over. It's over.
Yo, listen to me has been like.
That OVO you said, just made me remember what you said.
Other vaginal option.
What?
That was what I did.
What?
What does OVO mean? Other vaginal option.
That was what
Yo,
I
that's a different like next level.
said.
Bro, I feel bad for Drake, but yeah.
I don't feel bad for him. I know. I don't. What made me feel bad for him was that same week, this last month, he now flooded. The same week the song came out, there was a flood in Toronto. All his house.
Yeah.
I said, people want to kill this.
Bro, you want
I know they use juju joy.
Yeah.
They added juju to the matter.
That's the
So
first that came to my mind. I was like,
is what
calm
it is,
down.
it is what it is,
Don't
it
play
is
with
what
black
it is,
people,
it is what
dog.
it is, it is
You're
what
not like us.
Kendrick knows some Nigerians in LA. Go do juju for her.
He's sick in the head. You don't play with a psychopath like that.
Well. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm still a big J. Well, playlist wise, I always go for J. Cole. If I want to like stay, I'm staying by myself.
My own opinion.
Don't
but
say
yeah,
J. Cole is boring, please.
my opinion.
That's your opinion.
My
Does not
opinion.
matter in this conversation. I don't. I love you. I love.
Because
J.
I don't
Cole.
make as much money as you.
First time I listened to it was 2009. Then afterwards, I think 2013 or 2014. And so it was 2014 that really made me, become a very, very big fan.
Yeah, I mean, J. Cole is a really good artist.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. But let's go to the last question I want to ask you. You've spoken about we spoke about it earlier about gatekeeping in Afrobeats, and I want to know because a lot of people have a lot of conversations with and I want to hear your stance on what you feel about these things. This is what I think about Afrobeats, and this is what I think we need to go moving forward, because there's a trend, and how do we move forward in which that what is your opinion? Yeah.
Really, I don't have any opinion per se on what anybody needs to do to put food on their own table. Gatekeepers are just people trying to eat, and they're using their power to eat. It's not about improving the levels or improving the level of conversation or to improve and bring in better talents or anything like that. I think music is something that is sold now. It's totally commodified. And for especially as African people, what we have to understand is that capitalism, right? Our first experience as African people in capitalism is as commodity. So it is difficult for capitalism to relate with African people in any level except commodification. So nothing of Africans or about Africa has value to this system except it can be commodified. So even our relationships, that's why a lot of African songs are about relationships and stuff. Is so commodified. Yeah, and brings a lot of money to white people because not just enough to honestly be in love with someone. That love has to come with a lot of European products.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is that.
What do you think they're trying to sell to us?
It is that. No, I'm not saying anything.
No, you said.
What I'm trying to do is to raise consciousness. It's a different thing. I think. If you see, I'm selling something. But what I'm selling is intangible, cannot be sold. It's liberation, So I don't know if you can sell liberation because
it's free. It's free. It's literally free.
Exactly. So, that's what we thought about. That's what our forefathers thought about water. They thought it was free. I wish I could call them.
Yo,
Nigga, come and buy Eva.
What are you?
So the
This is how, if we continue this capitalism, 2 generations from now, our grandchildren will be buying clean air.
Yo, bro.
You think I'm okay?
Oh, yeah.
Go on.
Well.
In India, already they sell clean air. In India, they sell clean air in India. So it's not too far away. Just relax. You should start buying air.
I might not be.
Oh my God,
When every time you breathe normal air, you cough. you can smell the toxicity. Only fans today. I mean, he's building houses.
Yo.
He's saving families.
Yo.
He's I mean, only if I had known
What do you mean if you are known?
No, it's true.
Don't do that.
If I had known, I think I chose my career too early.
I did your phone.
I think in a way, God gave me the right things and put me in the right place
No,
to have been
actually.
only fan star. Sometimes don't decide too early.
Johnny Sins.
If I knew by now, I mean, but now it's too late. How do you go from revolutionary to only fans? The stretch is just too much. It's too much. It will be too hard to rebrand. That rebranding is too hard.
I'm lost for words because we had so much fun time with Seun and we had so much insights and we are educated as Nigerians. Although we're not going to make any improvement to our lives, but we shall know the knowledge and put it somewhere in our CPU.
Yeah. One day to come. No, it's true. One day to come, you might need it. It's good to know.
It's true.
Yeah.
True. No knowledge is wasted. Thank you, Seun, for coming to read the menu.
Very much.
Very much huge for us, and we are going to go many places. We are obsessed with music, African music per se, and that comes from everybody on this team too. Thank you so much for coming with us. I don't know if you have to take away from us.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Yo, we can't wait for the album. I'm still keeping putting see if we that is not coming October again.
I say I've already put all the songs on the thing. I just not put them. It's coming October 4th of October. There's no change of the date.
Okay, we are ready.
The only way I can change that date, somebody pay me to change it. 8 figures.
Yo, the money that they'll send, your bank account, they'll close it. They will not send that money again and we'll release October 4th.
8 figures is a lot.
Get ready for a show.
Minimum.
Album. Heavier yet, the crown is heavy and
Heavier yet, lays the crown less head. She didn't even think, she just said words.
She's drunk, don't blame her. Don't blame her.
I know it. I'm not drunk. So, thank
That's
you.
what drunk people say.